Hello, you old farts. Wanted to do just a little old shop activity video, I guess you would call it. Been trying to help a neighbor of mine charging his battery, and took his alternator off and checked his brushes and stuff. And I had to put the battery in the old battery back in my exterior now that we figured out that my alternator was what was bad. So I went ahead and put my old battery back in it because the battery terminals hardly reach the battery on my exterior. So because the posts were reversed on the new battery. So anyway, we got that taken care of, and I thought about going out into the building and bringing in an old one of the very first tools that Bison Workshop ever put in here that's practically brand new. I had given this to somebody and she would never use it, so it's been out in the building ever since, and I thought, well, why not just bring it back in here and find a place for it and put it in the shop. So we're basically just adding a scroll saw to Bison Workshop. So everybody can see the lathe there in the background. But I've been polishing it and trying to get it back to its luster. And I got this far with it, and I've just been sitting here polishing it. Get that up out of the way so I ain't knocking my knuckles off. And I'm just taking medium duty compound and polishing it a little bit. And chat. So you just work that bad boy in, and it makes the top slicker too, so that your work will slide better instead of sticking like sandpaper. And it's been out there for a while, so, and this was a brand new saw. We probably didn't cut more than 10 items with it. That was it. Yeah, we just cut out a sign, and she cut out a couple little hearts and stuff, and that's about it. So this thing really hasn't seen any work. In fact, the blade's probably still brand new. But I bought this at Harbor Freight when I first started Bison Workshop, back when I had the other channel that I deleted. And I did a review on this saw, and I lost that video. So I might have to end up doing another one. Another review. And I've done some modifications to it since I got it. And I made new blade holders for it. I haven't ran this thing in so long. I wonder if that blade's square. We can find out. Nope. It is not. So, let's square that bad boy. Problem is, these old, you gotta have them so tight. That's the only problem I don't like about the vibration. Vibrates it loose, so you gotta have it really, really tight. And I've made a few things with it. I used to make smoking pipes. And they turned out pretty nice. I'm gonna have to steel wool that. Another thing we're working on here at the Bison Workshop is we're working on trying to make a deal, and I think we've got it nailed down, on a Logan 1953 or 58. Logan lathe, and I'll show you a picture of it. And I'm thinking we're going to go pick it up Saturday. Crafted is going to come and we're going to go get it, because he's coming back through here because he was going to South Carolina. I wish I could get that out of there, but I can't. Or can I? Yeah, I believe I can get it out of there. Just a messed up way of having to get it out of there. I'll wire wheel that. Now we can put that back down in there with our screw that looks really clean. Then we'll wire wheel this. I made that also. We'll put our hose back on it. And got that set. I actually have it backwards, believe it or not. Duh. And there we got that. Put our hose back on it and continue to clean it. The day in the life of Bison Workshop. So I'm hoping we get this Logan lathe. It's in pretty bad shape, but I believe that Bison Workshop can handle it. So now that is ready to be put somewhere, and I have no idea where I'm going to put it. Oh Lord, it's got to be on that end. So I have a vacuum cleaner on that side, so that would be the perfect place, and I believe it will hook right up to this. So it's probably going to go over there next to the toolbox, and then the little drill press will go right here. Here I got you guys down there. Put my bolts back in and I took my vise off to give to Crafted. So I think that we're going to put the battery out of our way. I need to put some tools away, shouldn't I? Guess we could call this organizing the shop. Be nice to unplug it first. We'll put that there. Move some more stuff. And then we'll put this back here. which is where it was originally. Actually, originally it was over there where the bandsaw's at. And as far as this chuck goes, I'm still working on it, but I want to get a battery tender first. I don't want this thing draining my battery dead and no way to charge it back up, and I don't want to have to keep putting a charger on it, you know, moving it back and forth. I want something that's going to stay with it. That way it self-maintains itself. The less work I got to do, the better off I am. So looks to me like this is one of them cases where when it rains it pours. I've got that lathe yet to restore, but if we get the Logan, this will have to come last, because this one I can store anywhere. So we're still trying to think of a good color for the little 109. I thought about silver, because I think I have enough of this to do it. The only problem I have with silver is if I paint it silver, then the aluminum, when I polish the aluminum, because I'm not going to paint aluminum, all I'm going to paint on it is the cast steel. So, or Zumac, or whatever the hell it's called. So I got silver. I can go this color, the same color we painted the Bison here recently. I do like that because it was nice and glossy and pretty. It would make it pop, but I'd have to buy another can, and I ain't got the money for that. So that's probably a no deal. So then I've got I got Safety Pink Evil Twin X. This is the same can that painted your oil can. Oh shit. That would be targeting women machinists. We got gloss. Let's see what color this is. Royal blue, which I believe was the same color that I did my Atlas lathe, but I don't know if I have enough. I got to get my eyes first. We got gloss black. I think I had 2 cans of that, and that one's probably about 2/3 full. This is the same thing, but it's about 1/4 full. That one's about 1/8 full. How the hell did that happen? Should I go black, guys? I got brown, but I don't think there's enough here to do it. It might be, because I don't think I've ever used this but one time, and that was on that gun stock that I painted the tagger stripes on. I think I used it for that. When I prime it, I'll know how much paint it'll take, so by the time I get done priming it, I'll know which ones I can actually do. This one would be a cool one. I'll show you what that looks like when it's painted. I don't know what this was originally, but I'm turning it into a some kind of a vise for like wood stuff. So I still got to put a pad here, but this is what I painted this. It was hammered already. So when I painted it with this, that's what it looks like. I just think it's too, it's like a semi-gloss. I think it would be too flat and it wouldn't pop. I want this lathe to pop. So let's see what else we got. We got that color, man, but I ain't got a whole lot of that. If that thing will take less than a can, then yeah, I can do this, but I don't know about that green. That's ugly. Maybe we can do purple. Let's see what else we got. I think that's pretty much it. Well, that was light purple. This is dark purple. Maybe I'll just paint it with all of them. Then I got clear coat if I need to clear coat it. Some great stuff to plug the holes. What do we got here? Metallic paint and primer in one. Oil rubbered bronze. I think I tried that one time and it wouldn't dry. Well, I think that's about it. Yep, that's all I got. So, if I was to make a choice, it ain't going to be these. It ain't going to be that. So we're going to do process of elimination. If it takes a can or less, I can do any... might be cutting her close with that one. I'm not going to do that. So we got royal blue, which is the same color as my old Atlas. That is a lot of area to cover because I need to do the plate that the lid goes up against and locks. I need to do that blue or whatever color I use. I can do black, and I've seen pretty black lathe. So this one here would be closer to the original color, but I just don't want that to... I want to break the aluminum look up, and that's what that'll give. That'll give an aluminum look, and I don't know. I have enough of the black, and I have enough of the silver. These two or three, I don't think I would have enough. So we've got it narrowed down to black and silver. So cast your votes, guys. Black or silver? Which one you think would look good on that lathe? Now I'll show you what we're going to paint. And this is not open for debate. Hey, that almost rhymed. The only thing that I'm going to paint, and let's take care of the things I'm not going to paint. I'm not painting the chuck. I'm not painting this housing. I'm going to try to buff it if I can get all the old paint off of it. And it's flaking, so it should come off really easy. And I can get a wire wheel in every little crack and crevice on this because they're pretty wide open. So I'm going to take and polish this. I'm going to try to polish this. I'm going to paint this lever the same color as everything else. The lever is going to be painted that whatever color I use. This is going to be painted either black or whatever color it's going to be. It might be black. So then this here will be painted whatever color we're going to choose. So there'll be paint here, here, all the way across. inside here, the waves will be masked off and polished. The tailstock will be painted to color. All this will be polished. All the lead screw, all this will be polished. All the handles, knobs will be polished. All this will be wire wheeled. This will be the whatever color we're going to use. This will be colored. And this will be colored. And this all the flat areas will be polished. So then this lever will be painted the same color as everything else too. This will be polished. And this thing will be awesome. It'll be a pretty lathe when I'm done with it. So I still got to put stuff away. Hey, you know what? That lever would probably be nice to engage and disengage the motor. Also, on the motor, we're planning on using a treadmill motor that will also be painted the same color as the lathe. So that means that I'm going to have to make a pulley for it, or I might have a pulley for it. I do have a pulley for it. So let's hope this works. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll take this off. And do not drop it on your foot. That would suck. So basically what I will do is bore this out to fit on here, and then I'll put a flat spot on this, and we can go in far enough I might have to put no, that ain't gonna work. Well, let's just hope we got enough shaft. The set screw's in the wrong place for this. But I got other ones that might have a longer shaft. And this is not going to be the motor anyway, because this one's a 2.25. I don't want to use that big a motor on here. I just want a horsepower or 90 or whatever. And we got this one, which is it's also a 2.25. Might have to use a 2.25. And we got another 2.25. What do we got here? Two horsepower, so this will be the one we use. I like to keep all the big ones for around the shop. So we also got to think about the mount. I don't like the mount on this one, and this one's welded to it. So maybe this one ain't going to be the one we use. think what we're going to do, depending on how we have to put this, which I'm probably going to put it so that it's back in behind it. So the lathe head will be right here and the bed will be here. So this one here will probably be the one we use. We know it ain't going on that way. And that's exactly the way we need it to go. So thank God it's the opposite of that one over there. So this is going to be the motor we use. So we'll clean all this up and make this all look nice and new. Mask that label off, sand all this and clean it. I bet the house that come out of was nasty. So we got the pulley for it, and we're going to make it the same as I did my drill press. The only difference is we're going to make this setup reversible with variable speed. So that's the plan. And I think I may have no, I'm going to have to get a controller. I don't think I have a controller that will work for that. I had the one on my bandsaw, but I don't think I'd want to use that on a lathe because you'd be running the lathe longer than the bandsaw, so we definitely don't want it. It's going to heat up on it, and then it'll start doing that speeding up and slowing down thing because it can't handle it. So I need the 10,000 watt. So that's what I got on the bandsaw, and that's what I got on the drill press, and I can run it as long as I want and not have to worry about it. So this is what we're going to use. Then we're waiting on the bottom piece, and if you notice here, that thing's been hit really hard and it's bent. I don't know if it screws in or if it presses in. I'm hoping that it presses in, because I'm going to have to fix that somehow, and I'm afraid to touch it yet until I get the rest of it. But we're waiting on the plate that mounts that so that it moves back and forth. So we're waiting on that. And the while they put the tightener in the back. Wow, they couldn't have put that in a worse place. I don't know if I can use this or not. It would be cool to be able to move that forward. Maybe we could have that there like that. Pull it forward. Have it spring loaded. That way we can pull it forward, change the belt, and then let it go. We'd have it spring loaded somehow. That would be cool. That way you can just take the belt off easily. Take your belt off, put a new one on it, or put it in a different location, and then let it go. That'd be cool as shit. Which means I'd have to modify that mount to accept this too, and then all of it will mount down on the board. Or frame. I'm thinking about making a metal frame for this lathe with feet. I'm going to make this a nice lathe. I'm going to make it desirable. that is spending a little bit of time with the Bison workshop, and not very many people get to do that. So, I don't get to spend a whole lot of time with everybody else either, so here we are. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to help the shop out, you can do so with PayPal at bisonworkshop@gmail.com. You guys have a good one. Later.